check it out. Now, this is going to be a new series on my channel where we're going to go over a couple of what people refer to in the community as tech cards. Now, if you don't know what a tech card is, it's a card that can really be splashed into almost any deck, or it's a card that people will use to change a common recipe. So, what I mean by that, let's take Blue Eyes, for example, okay? Blue Eyes is a pretty popular deck. A lot of people like to play Blue Eyes. There's no question. But not everyone plays the same Blue Eyes deck. Just because you have the same setup, and just because you have the same goals with your deck, doesn't mean your deck has to be the same. That's where tech cards come in. Now, tech cards, all they are how you change your deck from each other. So, you and I are running Blue Eyes. But my Blue Eyes, however, runs a Book of Moon Compulse combo to stop combos. So, while your Blue Eyes deck may run more, I don't know, traditional Blue Eyes support. Maybe you run, I don't know why you would, but maybe you run Lord of D. I don't know. Some people like to tech weird shit in like that. So, that's the basics of tech cards. Are just cards that you can splash into decks to make them your own. Maybe help make your combo more consistent, or maybe even help stop your opponent's combo. So, in this series, I'm usually going to go over 3 different cards that I consider to be really good tech cards. I will try and make them as generic as possible, although some episodes will be either archetype or just general creature type based. So, maybe episode 5 might be Red Eyes tech cards, so cards that you can splash in for your Red Eyes deck, or maybe I'll do a Warrior tech cards, where if you run a Warrior tribal, or you run a deck mostly full of Warriors, here's maybe a couple of good tech cards. But today, we're just gonna start with the most general thing I can think of, and this is combo stopping. So, I've picked 3 really good tech cards here that will stop your opponent from comboing off on you. So let's jump right into it with our first card. Our first card we have here is Book of Moon. I personally think this is one of the best cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! You can ask anyone who knows me personally. I run this in almost every single deck I have ever built, period. This card is so versatile, so efficient at what it does, and it's so simplistic. So let me read the card text. It says, target one face-up monster on the field. Semicolon. That's important. Change that target to face-down defense position. Now, yes, it does target, so it does have a weakness, but flipping a monster to face-down defense position may not sound powerful until you look at this card and realize it's a quick play. So that means you can stop your opponent dead in their tracks with this card. I personally think this is more powerful than bouncing a card back to the hand. I've stopped Yang Z from going off with this thing. Book of Moon is the ultimate monkey wrench. It can stop a combo before it even starts. It can save you from combat damage. It can stop XYZ plays. I mean, Book of Moon is very, very versatile, and I think that's why it's so important. And again, there is a reason this card's at 1. It's super powerful. With how versatile it is, it's one of those cards that you don't know what your opponent... If your opponent has Book of Moon, that doesn't tell you much. You don't know what they're going to do with their Book of Moon. They could book your card, they could book their own card, they could do countless things with Book of Moon. Now, I will say that with the new Link summoning mechanic, Book of Moon is going to be less powerful, because Link monsters can't be summoned face down, or can't be flipped face down. So, Book of Moon is going to be power crept within the context of Link summoning. However, I still think it will be relevant. I think after Link summoning, they will be able to put it to 2, maybe 3. But it's still going to be a relevant card, and it's still going to be a powerful play stopper. So, Book of Moon is my first card. Moving on, we have compulsory evacuation device. Now, a lot of people that I personally know don't like this card. They don't think it's that good. I'm here to tell you that's not true. This card is the bee's knees. It's fucking fantastic. So it's a trap card. It's a normal, everyday trap card. It says, target one monster on the field, semicolon. Return that target to the hand. You seeing a pattern here? So again, we do have the problem that it targets, but not as many cards have protection against targeting traps as you might think. So, the return to the hand is very powerful. Okay, bouncing something from the field to the hand is just super, super powerful. Again, it can stop combos. You don't have to use it on yourself, or your opponent. You can use it on yourself if you need that extra, you know, if you need to summon something again to get its effect off. Maybe you're running Mujin of the 10,000 hands, and you want to go search for more ritual. Well, there you go. I personally like using this in anything that runs Kaiju, because what I will do is I will interrupt its Kaiju slumber, throw a Kaiju to my side, throw a Kaiju to my opponent's side, flip Compulse, tape my Kaiju back, run him over for 3 grand. It's just, again, it's a versatile card. And I think that's what really makes a good tech card, is how versatile the card is. You can't really have a good tech card unless you have a versatile card that can really be splashed into any deck. So, that's Compulse, really. I mean, it's like a less powerful Book of Moon, honestly. To a certain extent. They're different effects, but they pretty much do the same thing. Stop your opponent from comboing off, or give you an extra flip or normal summon, so. The last card I have for you today is personally one of my favorite tech cards. I own like 10 super rares of this guy, just because of how much I love him. Neo-Spacian Grand Mole. Probably the best Neo-Spacian card ever. And it's not even used in its own deck, so that should tell you something. It is a level 3 rock effect monster with 900 attack and 300 defense, so pretty fucking lackluster on the surface. I mean, it's not even a level 4, so it's not like it gives you access to the rank 4 toolbox or anything, but at the start of the damage step, if this card battles an opponent's monster, you can return the opponent's monster and this card to the hand. Okay, so on first read, if you've never seen or experienced this card, so what? Right? Like, whatever. So you bounce something one time. The start of the damage step. That means before damage calculation is even considered, you bounce both cards. This stops so many effects that activate during the damage step. It's crazy. I mean, if you open with this first turn, and you have to go first, and you're playing a deck that doesn't want to commit to the field until your opponent has, like Relinquish Kaiju, for example, this is a great first turn set and pass. You set this bad boy face down, you pass, you wait for them to build their big-ass field up and swing into you, and then you bounce whatever they have. And I feel like I should mention also, with these two, Compulse and Grand Mole, if you bounce, which a lot of people will know this, but this series is for everybody, new and competitive. If you bounce an extra deck monster to the hand, it goes to the extra deck. Let that sink in for a second. Bouncing an extra deck monster sends it back to the extra deck. 10 times harder to get a monster out of the extra deck than it is out of the graveyard. So you're not just destroying their stuff so that they can get it out again. You're actively sending it to the extra deck. So this card is so powerful. Again, if you're playing this in a deck that needs its normal summon, it's not going to be as good. So like, Harpies, for example. This won't be as good in Harpies. It just won't. But if you're playing it, again, in a deck like Relinquish Kaiju that never used their normal summon anyway, this is a great addition. Just throw this fucker in there somewhere, you know? I would even take out one of your Kanju of the 10,000 Hands and put, you know, Special Grandma in there, because it's just a play stopper. If your opponent runs into it without knowing what it is, one of their big combo pieces goes back to the hand, or extra that. So, very, very versatile card, very good card. You just have to be sure that the deck you're running in doesn't need that normal summon, which a lot of guys don't. They just don't need the normal summon. So, you know, versatile, powerful. It's got all the check marks for a great tech card. So, I think that was my first episode, guys. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you think of these 3 cards in particular. Maybe suggest some for next time. Next time, I'm not quite sure. It's just gonna be a rant, you know, like a general tech card, video. It's not gonna be a, like, I feel like this time we've focused on disruption, you know, because all these cards kind of disrupt your opponent's plays. So next time, it's probably gonna be more general, more generic tech cardy, as opposed to just disruption or anything. And episode 5 will be based around just certain something. So it's either going to be a certain art type, or a certain monster type, or something like that. So, thank you guys for watching. If you have any suggestions, leave them in the comments. If you have any comments about the video, leave them in the comments. And if you want to, I don't know, suggest a new video series, leave them in the comments. I will try and do a deck profile around every Monday or Tuesday, so look forward to that. I might do one of these videos once or twice a week. I'm not sure. I don't have a schedule set up yet. So, look forward to that. Thank you guys, and I will see you.